Hello, welcome back to another video with me, Cynthia. My life, my world, my journey, my experiences. Keyword my. Thank you for joining. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. But thank you for tuning in nonetheless. Um, I am so glad to be here with you all on this afternoon. Well, it's more than just the afternoon. It's almost 10:30 p.m. that is. But I want to get on here and talk with you guys about a particular thing. Um, yeah. So I am wondering, why is it that when a man tells you that they don't want you, they have to tell you so many times? How many times does a man have to tell you they don't want you if they don't want you? Do you think that just going on in a relationship, hoping he'll change his mind or hoping that things will change and he'll see you differently? That never really works. That never really worked. Um, I see it play out all the time. I do. And it's not a good feeling, I'm sure, to those that know that the person don't want you, but you still go along with them and date them. Let me tell you how I came up with this video, because my plan was to record another video. But then I was like, wait a minute, let me talk to the peoples about this particular subject. Let me see what my people's, what they think about it. So I'm watching was it Judge Maybelline? No, it was not. It was Judge Star. This was a new episode. What I'm about to tell you might be unbelievable, but just know this is what I heard. Maybe it was made up, but I do know that women, they do this. And I wish, I hope, and I pray that we as women, we got to do better with valuing ourselves. We just do. We can't let somebody tell us that they don't want us more than one time. If somebody is interested in you, you're going to feel it. 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 This lady had been dating this man. Yeah, she was dating him because he was not dating her. She was dating him for 15 years in her mind. 15 years of her life. She was dating him. He gaslighted her. He did so many things to her to let her know that he didn't want her. And then you have to look at it like this. You can't blame him. You cannot blame him for something that you already knew. He told you so many times. 15 years, you're gonna let this man continue to tell you that he doesn't want you? 15 years is a long time. You ain't got to tell me but once. You don't have to show me but once. And when a man tell you that they don't want you, that doesn't mean they have to say it with their mouth. They can say it, you can feel it in their actions. You can hear it in their actions, if that makes sense. So, why are you letting this man drag you along, and he didn't tell you that he wanted to marry you? He didn't say that he wanted to have a family with you. He didn't even say he was in a committed relationship with you. So why would you want to be in this relationship with this man? You're worth way more than that. It may take some time for you to find the right one, but this ain't the one. The man that drag you along, string you along, knowing that he doesn't want you, is wrong from the start. But you have common sense. You have common sense to know when a man tells you that he doesn't want you. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. It doesn't. The judge asked this lady, she said, well, when was the last time you guys were intimate? Because this lady wanted to have a child, and he didn't. She said 2 years. 2 years that they didn't have sex. And what more can you say regarding the relationship? He told you more than one time. So now it's your fault. Okay, moving right along, but in the same vicinity of this topic. Now at my age, I'm a little seasoned, but you don't know that. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I know a little bit more than I used to know. So when I'm watching TV, it doesn't matter what I'm watching. The first thing, when two people, they're attracted to each other, they want to start a relationship with each other, they're interested in each other, let me see if you can guess the first thing that they do. I give you a few seconds. Then you tell me what you think. 1, 2, 3. Time's up. They in the bed, they having sex first. And then it hits me like a ton of bricks, because I've done this before. I have done this very thing. That was when I didn't know any better. Then there was a time where I did know better. I just thought this man was the one for me. I thought this man was going to be my husband. But nonetheless, it still didn't matter. When you know what? If it works for some people, it worked. But for the majority, when you have sex right off the bat and you haven't even really gotten to know each other, sex can get old. It can get boring. So after the sex, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And see, I'm spontaneous. I like to do stuff. I like to travel. I like to read. I like to write. I'm spontaneous. I like to do a lot of things. So, you have to once you start having sex with that man, you got to keep it going, and you got to know what you're doing. So, get to know him first. Let him get to know you. Let him date you. Let him court you, however you choose to say it. You know what? Try even being friends first. Yeah, try being friends. Uh-oh, here go the big one. And if you are dating to get married, because that's my goal. If you're dating to get married, please don't marry for love. Please don't marry for love. Love is inevitable. It's supposed to be inevitable. We are supposed to love. We're supposed to love each other. I have been in a relationship with somebody I didn't even like. Every relationship that we go through, you learn something different. I tell you, they may have been hurtful, whatever the case may be. But I tell you, from each one of my relationships, I learned something different every time. You cannot marry for love. You have to like this person first. You have to like the person you're going to wake up to in the morning. You're going to have to like the person you walk past by every day. You're going to have to like the person that walked through the door and say, he might say something to you, he might not, depending on what mood he in, depending on what kind of man you got. You got to live with this person. You got to breathe this person's air. You got to ride in the same car with this person sometimes. Basically, you have to do everything with this person. So before you marry someone, make sure you like the person first. And make sure he likes you. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. You'll feel it. There's no way you can't feel it. Also, if you're wanting to marry someone, watch him. Watch him. Watch how he shake and move. Watch how he do what he do. Watch how he treat his family. When I say family, specifically his mother. Now, if he comes from a background where he and his mom didn't get along and it wasn't his fault, then you can't use that. That doesn't count. Just watch him, just watch his movement, because men think different than we do. That's just like, and I hate when men do this. Some men, they'll do this thing and they'll say, because they got multiple women that they want to do stuff with, stuff meaning probably have sex and play them just like they play the next one. They'll tell you, well, I ain't looking for nothing serious right now. So we can be friends with benefits, yada, yada, yada. But I don't want no feelings to get involved. Well, men know that once a woman opened their legs to them, that, they know how that goes. They know there's a chance that that woman's going to have feelings for them. But then the excuse is going to be, well, I told you from the beginning that, I didn't want anything serious, that we could be friends. I was honest with you. I told you up front. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Do not have sex with somebody that you really like and they've told you that they didn't want anything serious with you. Don't do that. Don't cut yourself short. Don't think because you had sex with this man that you were something special, because you were not. You were not special because he had sex with you. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. And I had to accept a lot of truths in my journeys, my experiences, my life. And it was what it was. This is how I'm able to tell you. When I get on this, when I'm recording, I'm sharing with you about my life, about my past, my life. I can't tell you about nobody else's life. I can only tell you about mine. Some things I've seen other people go through, and it taught me for myself not to put myself through it. When I was young, I'm still young. When I was younger, I was my teenage years, I used to hang out with my sister and her friends. They were probably 2-3 times older than me. And that's how I grew up. So I saw a lot of things. Some things I couldn't believe. Still to this day, I still can't believe that a woman allows themselves to let a man treat them like that. I don't know which episode of Tyler Perry this movie was on, but he sat in the chair. She sat in the chair and said, I'd rather be alone with a goldfish than to have somebody to come in my life at my age and destroy my peace. Every now and again, you might hear my grandchildren in the background, because my granddaughter, when she knows that I'm up, she wants to get to her Gigi. When I open that door in the morning, she wants to get to her Gigi. And yeah, I don't need nobody to destroy my peace. It's hard enough keeping, being happy. It's hard enough trying to stay sane. We don't need no additives or no preservatives to make us feel bad or make us unhappy or try to steal our joy or take our peace. We don't need that. We don't need it, and we shouldn't want it. We can do bad alone. Yeah, I know that's cliche, but it's true. We can do bad all by ourselves. Ladies, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and repeat to yourself every day, every morning, if you have to, and say, I am enough. As I'm looking into this camera and I'm recording, I'm looking at myself, telling myself I am enough, because I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. I got to this point in place. Work, and more work. And I'm still working. So nobody can tell me about me but me. Nobody can tell me about my journey, my life, my experiences but me. Nobody. And if there's anything I can do to help the next person, the next woman, the next young woman, or the next middle-aged woman, like myself, I'll share with you all day long. And if you have anything that you want to ask me, put it down in the comment section. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But don't forget, again, look in that mirror when you go in the bathroom. Look in the mirror in your bedroom. Look in your car mirror and tell yourself, you are enough. Because you are. Either they can take it or leave it. Now, I do know that sometimes some women get a little lackadaisical and they just don't want to fix themselves up, and because they don't feel any kind of way. But I promise you, if you get up and fix yourself up, and it don't even take a lot. Ain't nobody saying go out here to the salon and get somebody to beat your makeup. And did I say beat your makeup? Beat your face. Yeah, that's what I meant. You don't have to do all of that. because you're beautiful already. And I know that sounds cliche too, but you're beautiful already. And for the man that is interested in you, he's going to see that. You don't have to get no makeup done, but just be decent. Just be decent when you go out here in these streets. My daughter every now and again has the audacity to want to go out of this house in a bonnet. I said, look, I didn't raise you like that. This is one of the things that we talk about, going out of the house with a bonnet on. Take that bonnet off. If you have to go out here with your hair tore up, just take the bonnet off. You're still beautiful. Now, they're going to talk about you when you walk out of here in that bonnet, and I would too. So it's up to you. Yeah, take off that bonnet, child. Don't you go in that grocery store with no pajamas on. You'll never know when you're going to meet this man of your dreams. You hear me? So leave them pajamas at home. Leave them bedroom shoes at home. And you'll feel a whole lot better once you put some time into yourself. Pour into yourself. So that way you can pour into somebody else. Okay? Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for tuning in to my video. I will see you in the next one. Peace. I love you. And I will see you next time, okay? Good night.